Hello, good evening. Welcome to book club. I hope you're all well. I felt a bit under the weather today, but happily it's a bit cooler up in my office. My cheeks are really hot, but I've done my temperature and it's all normal, so no COVID here, thank heavens. I see you talking about other comedians, by the way. So I apologise if the rant's a bit short. I just have a bit of a headache today, brought on by too much praising of other comedians. I hope you're all right. I don't think I've really got much news since yesterday. I've recorded some stuff today and done some work and finally got Mackie some pet insurance, which is great. Yeah, it's been a productive day, if not a bit headache inducing. Dirkus is here. Yeah, there were some essays in the comments, but I think you'll be pleased. I mean, there's some drama has occurred, which is quite exciting. I was actually quite. Oh, why weren't my pages open? There it is. I was quite excited by the one you went for. I try not to give myself favourites when I write the options, but as I was writing these options, I was like, oh, that one's the most interesting. So I thought I'd go with that. Did I watch Bake Off yet, Lauren? No, I haven't yet. Tom just spends all night playing D&D during lockdown. And then now that he's decided he's into Bake Off, I can't watch it without him. So I got all my work finished early tonight. I was like, oh, nice. I won't be working right up until the book reading. And then I was just like, oh, right. And Tom's gone off to do that. He plays it 3 nights a week and then gigs 1 or 2 nights a week. It's a bit. Anyway, you're not here to hear about my marital issues. It's fine. Right, I'm going to read. Noel won, did he? Blimey, that's huge. I think I did see a spoiler on Twitter, but it was kind of what I assumed anyway, so I'm not too worried. Let's read today's chapter, shall we? I'm excited, and there's only one accent in it, so that makes me feel much better about the world. So, Lockdown Book Club, chapter 12. Polly put her wine down on the coffee table and took a deep breath. Are you all right? Kate asked, slightly alarmed by the sudden change in tone from Polly. Polly stood up and crossed the lounge to the door Ryan had just left through. She pushed it closed softly and then came and sat back down on the sofa next to Kate. Paul, you're worrying me. Can I ask you about something? And I don't want no judgment from you, Polly said, looking at Kate. Kate began to feel a nervous trembling in the ends of her fingers, as though the blood had stopped getting down that far. She didn't have a good history with Polly needing to talk to her about serious things. What judgment could you get from me with no house, no plan, no boyfriend, and no whatever the other thing was that I didn't have? Kate feigned a laugh, but it was shaky and false. Polly took another deep breath. So, the other day, I was in a rush to get the kids to school, and it was proper cold, so on my way out the front door, I just grabbed Ryan's coat off the bottom of the banister. Although Kate wasn't sure she was keen on where this was going, at least it didn't feel like Polly's story was going to end in the death of a family member, so Kate relaxed ever so slightly. Obviously, I didn't think much of it. I dropped them off, got back here, I stuck my hand in the pocket to get my keys out, and I pulled out a set, but they weren't mine. I didn't recognise them. Anyway, so I got mine out and unlocked the door and came in. And then when I saw Ryan, I just said, oh, I found these keys in your pocket. What are they for? And he was so weird about it. What did he say? Kate found herself leaning in close to follow Polly's story. This was so strange. They were the perfect unit. It was rare that Polly admitted to anything being even slightly wrong in her life. Well, he said he didn't recognise them, and I was like, Ryan, how can you have a set of keys in your pocket that you don't recognise? Polly paused, hearing creaking from the floorboards upstairs. At the sound of the bathroom door closing, she continued. And he was like, I don't know, I just don't recognise them. So I said, like, well, have you been out with any of the guys lately or anyone and you might have picked up their keys by mistake? Has anyone been in touch with you to say they've lost their keys? Kate nodded. That felt like a very traditional Polly approach, very sensible and not jumping to the conclusions that Kate's mind was already hopping to. So what did he say? Kate whispered. Well, no, this is the really weird bit. He said, Polly, I don't know what these keys for, and then he put them in the bin. He put keys in the bin. Kate wasn't sure why, but she found the idea of keys in a bin really weird. Keys didn't belong in a bin, even if you had no idea what a key was for or where it went. You didn't put it in a bin, you put it in a drawer somewhere and then kept it forever just in case. You don't put keys in a bin. Kate was emphatic about this. Of all the things she had ever known she knew, or thought she knew, the fact that you don't put keys in a bin was number one. That's exactly what I said. I laughed and fished them out again and was all like, Ryan, you can't just put keys in a bin. What if we realise what they're for and then they're already gone? And what did he say to that? The story was so odd, Kate could scarcely imagine it happening between Polly and Ryan in the kitchen. He was all weird and defensive. He sort of said, fine, if you want the keys that much, then have them, but I don't know what they're for. So now I just have this set of keys. They both went quiet as they heard the bathroom door open and then footsteps across to the office. The office door closed and they both relaxed. Kate felt like she was on a sleepover age 12 all over again. So, what are you going to do now? Kate needed popcorn, and then she felt guilty for her sister's life being titillating entertainment. Then she felt unguilty again when she thought of everything Polly had said in the car. I don't know, Polly said, throwing her arms up in exasperation. What am I supposed to do? March into his office and say, Ryan, are these keys to a flat you have with another family in it somewhere? Or do I just forget that it ever happened? Do I want to know? Is it a surprise gift for me that I ruined or something? A gift? What would a gift be? Like a shed? Well, yeah, I don't know. But obviously all I'm thinking is that he's having some sort of affair and I don't know whether I want to pull at that thread. But even if I don't nag at it, I'm already worried, aren't I? Kate looked at Polly astonished. What do you mean you're not sure you want to pull at that thread? You mean you might just not ever pursue it? Let him have an affair? She couldn't believe what she was hearing here. Polly sighed. Oh, Kate, look, I'm not saying I want him to be having an affair. I'd love him not to be. I'm just saying if it was a choice between turning a blind eye or having to raise the kids by myself and start dating again, I suppose, well, I don't know, but something I'd have to think about. Kate was gobsmacked. In the space of a week, her entire concept of relationships had been turned upside down. First, Ewan and his polyamory had waltzed into her life, and now the most stable person she knew, her Polly, was calmly announcing she might let her husband have affairs on the side for an easier life. Was everything she thought she knew wrong? So, would you have affairs? She asked Polly, suddenly very curious. Oh, good God, no. I don't need more hassle in my life. Polly laughed and took a big swig of wine. I just don't know, Kate. I really don't know. Those stupid keys are just sitting in the pocket of my garden fleece, and I don't know whether to never mention them again or burst upstairs and pull everything up. What do I do? Kate didn't think she had ever been asked for advice from Polly before, and she sat gobsmacked before her. Luckily, though, for Kate, she has the world's best book club to decide what she has to do next. So it's up to you, basically. What should Kate tell Polly to do? Your options are, does she say confront Ryan? Does she say never mention the keys again? Does she say she'll go home and talk to Ewan? Or does she say they should investigate themselves? Those are your options. You've got confronting, never mentioning, asking Ewan, looking for other clues. So kill Lion Ryan. Wow, Mystic, you really. Ooh, okay. What was Sarah's idea? I think she should try the keys in every building in the town and see where they fit. That won't take long. That would be a bloody long chapter on Thursday, wouldn't it? Let's do it. Well, if that's what you want, if you want to investigate, then vote investigate. You have all day tomorrow and Thursday morning to get voting. So there you go. I'm sorry it's a bit short today. I have banging headache, so I'm going to go and lie back down on my face again some more. But you guys are the best, and I will see you on Thursday. Lots of love. Bye.